as the reader. There are books you pick. I find that the book aims at telling you, the reader, something. When you pick up a book and the book says, how do you manage stress? How do you take care of an administration? The book, the writer is talking to you. That is why you make use of the second person pronoun, you. In this situation, this is referring to you, the reader. This is why we say that it is the second person point of view. Most of the time, the second person point of view is not used in narratives, because you can hardly get a person that will be telling you a story about you. This is why you don't always see this point of view in narrative essays. You see them in maybe expository essays and others. Alright, the third one is the third person point of view. This is where the writer makes use of the third person pronoun. And what are these third person pronouns? Third person pronouns include words like they, him, her, she, and others. What it means is that the writer is not included. He's not talking about himself. And the writer is not talking about you. The writer is talking about a group of persons, a different group. The writer is talking about something else. This is when the writer is not involved in that story, and the writer is not talking about you. The writer is telling you a story about something that happens, something that happened somewhere else, something that happened among some other persons. This is why you see him using things like they, him. A good example of this is faceless. If you pick up faceless, you find out that the writer does not talk about himself. The writer tells you something about a different group, about Fufu, about Odeni, about Kebria. The writer tells you something different. The writer tells you a story about a different group of persons that does not involve him. And that is why you find out that he makes use of these third person pronouns. We refer to that as third person point of view. Remember I said, in the first person point of view, the writer is telling a story that involves him. In the second person point of view, the writer is telling you something that has to do with you. The writer talks to you as the reader. And then in the third person point of view, the writer does not involve himself and he does not involve you. The writer tells you something that has to do with another group of persons, somewhere else. Now, this third person point of view has two types. And these two types are delimited point of view. It is supposed to be delimited third person point of view, take notes. And then the unlimited. When you talk about the limited point of view, remember, the both of them are talking about that person. They are talking about a different group of persons, or different group of persons altogether. Now, when it is limited, it means that the writer is telling you a story involving another group of persons, but that his knowledge, the knowledge that he has about this group of persons, is limited. He does not know everything about them. He just tells you the little he knows. The writer just tells you what he knows. There is a woman living in so place. The woman is dark in complexion. The woman always fights wherever she goes to. I cannot tell the reason. This is limited. The writer tells you about somebody else, but there are things that he does not know. He makes it known from what he writes that he does not know everything about this particular group of persons that he's telling you. That is why it is limited. The limited there means the knowledge of the writer as regards the people he's telling you about is limited. Now, the second one is the unlimited point of view. Unlimited point of view. Now, in this third person narrative, in this third person point of view, the unlimited, the writer assumes the position of Mr. Know-all. The writer assumes to know everything, including the thoughts of his characters. When you see a writer, let's take for instance in Faceless. When you see a writer telling you something like that at this point, Kebria felt like crying. In this, when you listen to that, when you read that, you find out that the writer assumes to know even the thoughts and the feelings of his characters. The writer knows everything. That is the third person, unlimited point of view. In this situation, the writer knows everything, including the thoughts and plans of his characters. The writer knows them all. And this is why this third person point of view can sometimes be referred to as the omniscient point of view. If you do not refer to it as the unlimited, you refer to it as the omniscient. This is why you hear people refer to God as the omniscient God. What does that mean? It means that he knows everything. So, when you talk about a writer as writing from the omniscient point of view, it means that the writer knows everything. Alright, now, having talked about this, I believe that we were able to achieve the objectives that are here. We say that you should be able to explain meter, reading, personal, and voice. And these are the things we just treated: the meter, the reading, the personal, and the voice. And secondly, you should be able to identify the point of view used. This is very important. You should know how to identify the point of view. This question comes out in literature. Know the point of view that is used in writing, in presenting any literary work. I believe that these objectives have been achieved. Now, I expect you to do a little work for me. And the work you do for me is this. Summarize this lesson. Everything that we have treated here, summarize it using one page in your own words. I don't expect you to use my words now. Use your words for you to tell me that you understood this lesson. Summarize this lesson in one page using your own words. But they should still be talking about the same thing that we have here. And then secondly, write a short story. This second one means write a short story. And that short story should run in the first person point of view. If you understand what point of view it talks about, write me a short story using the first person point of view. That is to say, write a short story that you are involved in. Then the second one, write a short story using, sorry, it shouldn't be the second, you can't do this. Write a short story using the third person point of view. You can decide to use the omniscient or the limited, any of them. But write me a short story using the first person point of view and a short story using the third person point of view. And when you're done, you submit to this WhatsApp number, 0066437100. The next time that we meet, we'll then be talking about figuratives. I decided to skip this because there are so many things to talk about. Figuratives alone might take us 2 or 3 classes. That is why we cannot take it now. We're taking figuratives when next we meet. And with that, I'll say thank you.